This is Globe 10.0. I'm Chad Finn, joined by Assistant Sports Editor Scott Thurston. Well, one thing we saw out of the Patriots yesterday was a solid running game that we didn't see a lot last year. Another thing was a tremendously active defense that seemed much faster, Scotty, than any we've seen in recent years.
Aggressive, young, fast. Chad, is this what happens when you actually trade up in the first round and draft defensive guys who can really play? Really, tremendous. And I don't want to put them in Canton yet, but they're young. Chandler Jones really has stood out from the preseason, from the first game of the preseason. I think he's going to be tremendous. Hightower, perfect on that strong side. And Tavon Wilson, who they were questioned about. Why did they draft him? Is there a spot for him here? And, very aggressive, good size.
I'm not going to put any of them in Canton. I'm not even putting them in Patriot Place just yet. But you watched that play yesterday where Chandler Jones had the strip sack at Jake Locker. Dante Hightower scoops it up. He probably should have pounced on it. I imagine even though the play worked out, he's going to hear about that. Scoops it up, makes his one cut. He's in the end zone. And you watch these two guys, and for the first time in 6-7 years, you thought, geez, that looked like something Willie McGinnis might have done. That looked like Teddy Bruschi right there. That looked like Mike Vrabel. They haven't had that for a couple of years where you had legitimate playmakers on defense. It's possible, we don't know yet, but it's possible that they got two of those guys in the first round this year.
Yeah, and you make a good point with the Willie McGinnis mention. That's who Chandler Jones reminds me of a little bit. He's not quite as big as Willie, and Willie could drop back in coverage. I don't know if Chandler Jones can do that yet, but a playmaker, like you said, a guy who can make plays, and they haven't had that. They've had a string of Tully Banta-Canes and Gary Guyton.
Role players.
Yeah, these guys, Dane Fletcher is, much
good
as
value.
Belichick likes to value guys, right, because that's the way they drafted. But now you've got impact playmaking guys, and that's only going to take the pressure off Brady and the offense where they have to feel like they have to win a game offensively.
Yeah, and they're not the only ones either. I mean, Jermaine Cunningham showed more yesterday than he probably has at any point in his Patriots career so far. Patrick Chung's still an emerging player. We're trying to figure out what Razai Dowling might be, but he was a second-rounder last year. There's a lot of young talent suddenly to like on this Patriots defense. It's going to be fun to watch them grow over the course of the season.